Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another live stream and video. I'm gonna post this as a video as well, like I did the last one. Hope you guys can hear me well. Actually, hang on. Okay, I can't really hear anything out of this, but it's whatever. I promised that I would talk about what happened 2 years ago. So February 18th was 2 years since my dad's house caught on fire. And like I said on the other live stream, it was on a weird day. By that I mean it was actually the day of my dad and my sister was going to do a father and daughter dance, whatever. Father and daughter dance, and we had some clothes in the dryer. They did to get ready for the dance, and some of the wires in the dryer lines, whatever, messed up and had a shortage, and they cut out, and it caught the dryer on fire. The lint trap was cleaned out. There was nothing in there that could catch fire. Well, except for clothes, but it wasn't like that. Everything in the dryer was clean, and whenever the firefighters came out there and got all the water whenever they got all the fire put out, they looked in to see what it was, and sure enough, it was the wiring of the dryer messed up and cut that some fire out. They were fine, but I got into a big panic attack. I was traumatized. It was really sad because literally barely over a month later, the tornado that went through Monroe County, that went through Amory and everything, it hit Wren first, which that was where the tornado was strongest, and took out the next house that my dad had. It was actually the old house before we actually went to Aberdeen. We got everything straightened up in there, got everything in there, and all the stuff that we even had left, which was hardly anything at all. Got everything set up, and sure enough, that Friday, March 24th, the EF3 tornado took that house out, and I was here. I was not at my dad's. I was here. My dad, he wasn't even at the house. He was actually at a friend's house in their storm shelter, hanging out with them. And he heard that the tornado took out the house. My uncle, which is my dad's brother, lived right next to the house, and it completely took out their house too. They got trapped to the house. They didn't have no warning. Their phones never went off, so they didn't know it was coming until he heard something. And then they all hunkered down in one room, and they got trapped overnight. It was sad. It was something that I never experienced before until that day of the house fire, and I had to be put into an ambulance. I about passed out. I could not breathe. I could not think straight. I didn't know what was going on for a while. I was traumatized. I was in a whole panic attack. They had to put me into an ambulance, and I'm blessed that none of us got hurt. So how it happened? Well, how I found out about it? I smelled something that was not supposed to be smelled. I was like, "Do y'all smell anything burning?" And my dad and my sister, they said no. They didn't smell anything. Then a couple of minutes later, my dad smelt it. me and him, we looked into my sister's room, which in my sister's room there's a doorway that goes straight into the kitchen. Then in the kitchen there's a door right behind there where you can see the dryer and the laundry room and everything, and all you could see was flames and thick smoke. So we all ran out. I started to get to the point where I couldn't breathe. I couldn't think straight or anything. I I was just traumatized. I couldn't think. So when the ambulance and the fire trucks got there, they got me. They put me in the ambulance. They put a breather thing on me to where I could breathe, and I calmed down. My mind finally came back to earth, and I finally realized that our house is gone. It wasn't there anymore. Everything in there was just barely a few things salvageable. There was hardly anything left of it. The walls were all charred up. There's the ceilings done caved in. But the only thing that was really left was my Bible that I had. And I still have it. It's actually at my dad's house now. Uh, the only thing wrong with it was that there was still some black soot on the edges of the paper and the cover, but in the inside of the Bible, every single page is completely fine. And my Bible is right up under our TV, which our TV was completely melted. It melted right on top of it, but the Bible was never touched. That was really the only thing left of that house inside of there. I did have a drum set um, that my grandmother got for me. And I loved playing it. I really did. And I really wish I still had it. We probably could have salvaged it, but the wood was kind of charred up a little bit. Like the inside of it was kind of rotted out, and the heads were kind of melted. So it really wasn't really salvageable like it could have been. But the most important thing is that we're okay. And my dad, he was living in hotels for months and months. Well, first he stayed at a friend's house for a couple months, but then he just needed to just get out of there because he didn't live there. That wasn't his place to stay at. So he stayed in hotels for many, many months, about 5 or 6 months. Then he finally got him a new house, thank God. After all that, after the tornado, he got him a new house for free, rent free, nothing. The only thing that he has to pay for is a few bills. Um, but he's still trying to get back on his feet a little bit money wise. But other than that, we're lucky to be alive. I'm just blessed that everyone's okay. I know I said that so many times, but those were the scariest days of my life. Um, and the house that burned down, it wasn't really our house. We were just living in it rent free. Um, it was actually our friend's house that they owned, and the house has been standing there since 1913, so over 100 years. It was still a really sturdy house. Really, it was all intact, nothing wrong with it until the day of the house fire, which was traumatizing to me. My my dad, he was scared too. My sister was, but it affected me most for who knows why. I don't know why it was just me, but yeah, it was terrifying. But we can't go back. can't change what happened in the past. All I can do now is just look towards the future and all that. But that's gonna be it for this live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it, but I just figured since I mentioned it in the last stream, I figured I would just do it now. I was gonna do it last night, but there's a lot going on, so I'm a man of my words. If I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. Unless something personal comes up, then it might be a little bit longer. But if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it, no matter what. But stay true. Please leave a like, subscribe to my channel. To be blessed that you're alive and that you're here. And peace.